tides are sinking again. I've been watching you, watching me all night. But I ain't worried about the shape that you're in. I know I'll probably never see you again. And I ain't ever gonna tell my friends about you. But you look good in neon. You gave me your last cigarette. And when it's closing time and the lights come on, we should share a shot of Fernet. And if you wanna slow dance, well, this is your last chance to prove me right and do me wrong. You look good in neon. Girl, you got me rolling. I've never
heard
that one before. I admit that I feel alright tonight. But don't you worry about the shape that I'm in. You don't ever have to see me again. And I ain't ever gonna tell my friends about you. 'Cause you look good in neon. You gave me your last cigarette. And when it's closing time and the lights come on, we should share a shot of Fernet. And if you wanna slow dance, this is your last chance to prove me right and do me wrong. You look good in neon. And out there on the floor, I don't ever want this night to end. You make it look so good that I don't need to pretend that you look good in neon. You gave me your last cigarette. And when it's closing time and the lights come on, we should share this shot of Fernet. And if you wanna slow dance, well, this is your last chance to prove me right and do me wrong. You look good in neon.
Girl, you look good in any light. Good morning, WBAM. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Bon Lee.
How you?
I'm good.
It's nothing like a good song to get you kind of going in the morning, right?
Yeah, it's exactly what it was.
It's a good song. I don't
It
care if
is.
anybody else likes it. I like it. Those guys are fun. They don't have too many songs that I don't like. They're not
Yeah.
popular at all, but
They're almost parody.
yeah, some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm clownish that way myself, so my life is almost
I mean,
almost
their
a
name
parody.
is Mike and the Moon Pies. It's,
Right.
you get it.
I like
You
that
get
kind
a
of stuff.
you get a sense of comedy in their name. So
We would be Bon Lee and the Peanut M&Ms. That's what we would be.
is that what you're having this
Mhm.
morning? Breakfast of champions.
I just haven't. I got up.
Does that mean your sugar's low?
No, it's not bad. I'm just hungry.
Okay.
It's lower, but it's not low. But I got up and Barkley took the trash out Monday because I forgot. She leaves before the trash people come. So I was like, oh, God. We had an argument about a few months ago. And she was like, do you ever clean a toilet? And I was like, yeah, actually, I do sometimes. Sometimes I don't have a choice.
Oh God.
You don't want to see the aftermath 100% of the time. But she's right. I don't really do a lot of that kind of stuff. But I told her, I was like, you know what? You don't take out the trash. You don't clean up the dog shit. You don't mow the grass. So, clean fucking toilets. I don't care. I think it's kind of fair. However,
How'd that go over for
well,
you?
fine until she started taking the trash out once in a while. so
Get to scrubbing, Bubby.
I did. I scrubbed all 4 of the upstairs toilets today. So that's why I was running a little bit behind. It took me longer than I thought. But I got down here right at 8:59, got everything fired up and ready to go. So we started maybe 30 seconds late, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't ready anyway. So.
Well, I didn't hear from you this morning, so I assumed you were running behind too. Normally, if we're on our game and everybody's ready, there's a good morning text involved. But
I was awake. I was awake in plenty of time. I just sat on my ass and didn't take care of the stuff that I needed to take care of.
Right. I do that too sometimes, but I gotta get to work right after the show today because Bonzo wants me to ride to Columbus to look at a boat with him. So I got to get my working done before I do that. And yes, Puddin', you're absolutely right. That is why she thanked Pat for cleaning the toilet before he left. Because that's how it was. It's, yeah. I don't know. I just don't think about it.
I was chatting with Tisha. She's in chat. She's saying, don't lie. You were chatting with me. I'm like, I was, but I was still sitting on my ass, not doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Right. Same thing.
Right.
Chatting's not doing things. That's just fun. Plain fun. What do you got planned for the rest of your day? Anything fun? I've divulged my entire day work and then looking at a boat.
No, I mean, nothing necessarily fun. Actually, I want to start working on some outdoor chairs.
Yeah, like
I want to build some outdoor patio chairs.
Adirondack style.
Not really Adirondack. Easy for me to say, Adirondack style. More just a chunky patio furniture. Just I don't know how to explain it.
Metal, wood. I'm assuming wood, right?
Wood. Yeah, I don't know how to work with metal. Wood I'm good at. But anyway,
good with the wood.
Anyway, what I saw this little thing on Facebook. My aunt actually shared it, and she said she showed a chair that she wanted that had a drawer under the seat.
Oh, that's cute.
Like a wine. It was a wine holder.
Okay. Thought, well, you ready for a cool idea?
Sure.
Make one with 2. One that holds wine and one that holds the cushion so you can keep them dry.
Well, I mean, you could use it for the cushion if you didn't want to use it for wine.
Right.
But I thought I might one-up it and make it
beer.
Like
It's the area we live in. Beer.
A cooler.
That's not a terrible idea. Yeah. They make those coolers with little motorcycle engines on them so you can ride them around. Have you seen those? They're just basically a mini bike that uses a cooler for a seat instead of.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's just like one of those little scooter type frames. They bolt a cooler to it and it has a little motor on the back and bam, you just ride it around.
That sounds pretty cool.
I think a couple people just made them homemade and then all of a sudden now they're making them commercial. Yeah, there it is. Puddin's got one pulled up for you.
Yeah, similar to that. Very similar to that, yes.
She is right, though. And those Adirondack chairs, they look really cool and stuff, but they're for young people.
Yeah, have you tried to get out of one?
Right. You can't. You have to fucking, you know what they need to do? You know those chairs for really old people? The recliners that lift you out. they need Adirondack chairs to do that. They come pump up and help you get out of them. Because, man, I don't think I could do it. I'd have to
some hydraulics on the rear end of that thing.
Or just have airbags that explode you out, make it cool. Launch it like an ejection seat. We are making lots of splits. Oh, Sylvia. She always has something interesting to say. It's never about the show because she doesn't listen, but
No.
it's always something interesting. Yeah, they
Yeah.
requested. So we can't give money away today because Vianney gave it away on Monday night.
I know you gave it away.
I didn't. She did.
Well, you did. It was I mean, it was her her show giving it away, but it's your money.
I don't know how much Heather's not listening, but I ain't gonna. That's her story to tell. I won't tell it because she's the winner.
I know, but really, I'm really glad she won.
Yeah, me too.
I can't think of anybody more deserving. That woman works her ass off.
Yeah, she wouldn't take it.
She wouldn't.
She wouldn't take it. She told me that I had to start a special an Aunt Heather account for my upcoming daughter. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that $40. I'm going to do exactly like she said.
Do you see how wonderful she is?
I know. I'm going to go to the credit union and I'm going to put that $40 in her just like she asked, and we'll let it mature.
Oh. Oh God! Now I got to do something to one up her.
No, it's impossible.
No, I have to because she cannot be the special aunt.
No,
that's just not going to happen.
I don't think there's anybody in my life more special than you, Jen. So I don't think you have to worry about that.
Yeah, we know exactly what you're talking about.
No expansion needed. So yeah, I think it sounded. I listened to the podcast, and it sounded like a fun show Monday night. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Seemed like everybody was having a riot.
We always have a lot of fun with Vianney.
Yeah. I just, I think a weekly show with her would be too much. I think people would get tired.
She's a lot. She's a lot.
But to fill in once in a while, I think she's perfect for that show.
She sang with me live on the air.
I know, it's crazy. Then Puddin made fun of her. Called her a chipmunk, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I thought she
she's not
did a
wrong.
Lovely job. I'm afraid she's going to whip my ass.
She's not wrong. When you when Vienna tries to sing, there's something in her voice that just it goes straight to wee. there's no deep tones at all. It's kind of funny. It was fun. I mean, it looked like she had fun doing it, singing live like that. So it was kind of cute. Ended up being a nice little segment that if she ever, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think she'll be back next week on the Music Lounge. So prepare yourselves. Great. It's either that or it's going to be a best of, a replay. So,
okay.
I haven't decided yet.
You could play all Jen all night.
I could do that. And I have done shit very similar to that. I played a lot of you one night and you got pissed at me.
Oh my God. On my birthday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody gets that on their birthday, but.
Oh, no. Not like you did me.
I do you better than anybody, and you know
it. You call that better?
Yes.
Oh my God. I could have crawled under a table.
How you feeling, Paige? Glad to see you're back finally. We missed you. And your mischievous laugh. I can hear her laughing when she just takes LOL in chat. She's one of those people. I sang a song with her the other day, too.
I don't think I've heard her laugh.
You've heard her sing, right?
Yeah, I've heard her sing.
You've heard her talk, right? She's got the cutest voice ever.
Actually, I don't know. Have I heard her talk?
On the songs.
Like maybe a thank you for joining or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not talking. I mean, it's talking, but it's not like, it's just a quick little greeting. It's not talking. So I mean, I mean, I guess I've heard her voice technically, yes. What are you doing?
There's a guy bought a boat. And I just didn't want to be rude.
So you have an option of who to be rude to.
Well, you were just going right on and on, so I let you.
I was going on and on trying to fill time because I'm looking at you on your phone.
Yeah, well, I
And I'm
do.
like, and I'm like, fucker, we're on the air, right?
I could have been playing on chat. You don't know, other than you didn't see it in chat. Sorry, I'm just trying to cram a bunch into the day, and same as yesterday. I took this week off from music, from my band stuff. So.
Oh, will you be back for Buck Wild tonight?
I will. I can't imagine we'd be that late. We're leaving here at 3:30. It's an hour and a half, 5. Mess around for an hour, 6, 7:30. Yeah, I should be back by 8.
Well, now, if you have other things to do when you get home at 7:30, you'd best not be spending your time listening to.
I can put the headphones on and listen to you guys while I rub her feet. It's not that hard. I can do it. I can multitask.
Okay. Whatever you say.
I may not be that active in chat because you're right. I'll have stuff to do when I get home.
Right.
However.
More important things than listening to me.
No, yes, technically, yes.
Yes.
They are more important. But, you guys are an important part of my life too. And I don't get to listen to Buck Wild that often, so it's kind of a treat.
Oh, it won't be.
It always is.
Yeah, you say that, but
it always is.
Let's just listen to Jen make a big blooming idiot fool of herself.
And a bunch of people are joining my CCR stuff on Smule, so I should have some stuff to send you. Dig through it.
Good. Sweet. Good deal.
This one dude does it pretty good. I may not send it because he's better than me.
I haven't even been in the submission room yet to see what I've got for this week. I haven't even looked.
Yeah. Well, now that you know that stuff that we do, you and I, it makes you lazy.
The new method.
Yeah.
It makes it quicker. It actually makes the show harder for me anyway.
It does. No, that's the same. I had to. You'll get it worked out. Same as I did. I had to work out a routine and a technique and a a system basically on how to make things flow, and then you'll figure it out.
In the meantime, I suck.
No, you don't suck.
Oh yeah, I do, because I start playing songs I don't mean to play, and I start. I'm like, oh no, not that one.
Yep, Paige. I think I opened like 6 or 7 of them. Lots. But lots. No, I'm with you.
I don't remember seeing those invites.
They're in there.
Did you block me?
Yeah, of course. You gave me a canned response, the same type that you give to everybody who joins your songs. I'm like,
you are wrong.
Listen here. I am special. God damn it.
I saw your response to my quote canned response unquote, and
Yeah, exactly.
There are. Listen to me.
I'm trying.
I don't want to sound like a terrible person, although I'm a terrible person. There are just a select few that I even respond to at all.
So I should be glad I got a canned response.
Just be happy that you got something.
No, listen, I understand, because sometimes you get people that join every song and you just run out of stuff to say unless you know that person personally.
Right. How many times can you say, "Oh, good job. Great. Right. Glad you joined me." I mean, how many times?
We're professionals, though. This is what we do on our shows. So we have a little bit more of a repertoire than most people in those situations.
I'll agree with that. But at the same time, because this is what we do it a lot.
Right. But
and doing it on Smule is added.
Yes. If there is somebody I know, and I know them from the show, like Paige and Penny and you and other people that I know that join me, they get a personal response. Obviously, Rosanna joined. She got one, of course. But most people get my generic Good job. Whatever. I try to make it personal to whatever the song was, or but it's almost impossible to do it all the time.
For everyone.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have the ability, the emotional and the mental stability ability to go
Right.
in there and do that for every song. I can't.
There was an absolutely adorable Asian lady who joined all of my CCR songs, I think. And I just ran out of stuff to say. So on one of them, I'm like, thank you so much for joining all my songs. I love them all. They were great, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. Because I just, there was just so much.
Yeah, just blanket them all.
Yeah, because, she knows she opened them all. And I don't even think she speaks English, so I don't know. I'm sure they have some kind of a translator to read what I wrote. I'm judging by how she sang that if she does speak English, it's not much. Or it's new. Very new.
A really thick accent.
Which is fine. These people that do ESL songs, they impress the shit out of me. I mean, maybe they're just imitating sounds and not actual words. I don't know. But you're digging back to the 60s with Creedence. And, this lady who was clearly a Chinese national and barely spoke English sang the songs. So,
Right.
I mean, it's fucking impressive to me.
I don't know who the guy is, but Trent shows me this guy who, and I don't remember what his nationality is or anything either, but he loves country music. Has no idea what he's singing. No idea. Does
I
not
think I
speak
know
a
who you're
word of
talking about.
English.
I think
Does
I know
not
who you're talking about.
But
His
he's
name starts with a
good.
J.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, and he is a good singer.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really good.
Is he
But he has
like
not
a
a clue.
Latin?
I don't know.
Okay.
If anything, I would say he looks maybe Latin, but I don't think so. I
Is he
think
always
he's
wearing a
probably
cowboy hat?
Asian. No.
And different guy then. Because I have one of those too. And he's really talented. He's a great singer, but you can tell he
Yeah.
does not speak English. And Puddin',
now
I
this guy, you
commented on
can't-
your
you
songs. If I
can't
didn't, it
tell.
was an accident.
Now this guy, you can't tell that he doesn't speak English. It is because he just mimics the sound so well.
Right.
And
People are good at that.
but he has no idea. Has no clue what he's saying. I don't know. It's just cool to me. But I mean, I guess
It is
it's the
cool.
same way. It's the same way it is when I sing La Bamba.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You just you're just imitating whatever you heard because I don't know what the words mean.
I don't know.
I catch like every fourth or fifth word. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, so I know absolutely nothing.
I know.
Gracias.
I took 4 years French,
De
and
nada.
I swear, I know nothing.
Yeah, same. It just, and I even started doing that Duolingo thing again. Barkley and I got into it, like challenge each other. And she smoked me, of course, because she's uber smart, and I'm just, I'm a blunt instrument. How about that? But I just couldn't keep up with her, and it got frustrating, so I quit. So, but I got past like the 1 year mark on it, which is pretty good for me, for any app, let alone a foreign language app. But the real reason I did it is because we have so many customers. These we are rich with Guatemalans in our area. Maybe Saltum knows some of them. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
I mean, it's a pretty small country.
yeah,
Maybe.
and they don't. It is a small country, and there's a fuck ton of them here in the Dover, New Philadelphia area. Fuck ton. I mean, fuck ton. They're little tiny people. You can't miss them. But they're hard workers, and
to destroy your village.
Exactly. They're hard workers, and we have a construction store, so we sell some construction supplies, and that's generally what they do. So they're always over there. So I was trying to learn words and phrases to help me out with them because none of them speak English. Or if it is one guy, you'll see one guy with multiple. Exactly. You'll see one guy that comes in with multiple crews because he speaks a little English, and they hire those guys to drive them around and go to stores for them and stuff.
Yeah, second translator.
But even with that Google Translator, it's still like pulling teeth, especially for construction words, because some of those words don't translate. They just don't. They need Quickcrete. Quickcrete is not a real word; it's a brand.
Right.
you know, but they don't know how to say it. And which one do you want? Do you want the fast settings? You know, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was hard. I
Yeah,
mean, we always got through it.
Trent says they have a regular construction customer who is Russian.
Mm-hmm.
He's Russian and does not speak very well, does not speak English very well. And so Trent took it upon himself on one one lunch break. He was here and he looked up a phrase, a Russian phrase, you know, to say "have a good day" or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
he laid
Das
he laid it.
Vidanya.
He, do you know what that is?
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
In Russian?
I'm pretty sure.
Why would you know that?
From watching Rocky movies. I must break you.
I should have known it was going to be some.
Well, yeah, it wasn't because I went to like school for Russian or anything. Just watch stupid movies. Well, the 80s movies were loaded with bad Russian people. So, I mean, if it wasn't Nazis, they were Russians.
Well, it was. It was the time period.
Yeah, it was. But that's where I picked it up.
So anyway, so Trent took it upon himself to learn this phrase, and he floored the guy when he went back after lunch, and you know he picked up his supplies, and Trent says, whatever he said, I'm not even going to attempt it. I guess the guy just looked at him like, what? So, I'm like, are you trying to get in with the Russians, Trent? Are you?
That's the wrong mafia to try to infiltrate.
I'm not exactly
the brutal.
Not exactly sure. He just wanted to just be nice, I guess. He's a pretty cool guy like that.
I forget that Trent does that. So, yeah, he understands my plight. I don't know how many Guatemalans you guys have down there, but Russians, same thing. Anybody who doesn't speak English is trying to buy construction supplies because the shit doesn't always translate. There's no regular words for some of that stuff. Like sand and all that. I learned all those phrases and how much. Quando, I remember that. That's how much.
Quando.
And like quanto is how many. They're really close. It's one or the other.
Well,
because how much is like weight,
I would say that's
how
right.
Many is like count.
I would say that's absolutely right because most of them have the same Latin root word.
Right. And if they speak really slowly, like numbers, I can understand. You know, like 15s and 20s and things like that.
Right.
Tonelada was tonnage. So
I'm very upset because when I was in high school, they were still offering Latin. And I don't know if they still, I don't think they do. I think they were, at least at my high school,
no,
they were ending the Latin program. And I wish, I'm really upset because I was steered away from taking Latin. And I wish that I had, because I mean, it's the root of so many languages, and it would help.
It would.
So, but I was steered away from it because it's a dead language.
It is a dead language, but whatever. It can be revived. Give it language CPR. God, I got that. Mowing the grass. This is allergy season hardcore. I have got my throat's all cummed up.
Yeah,
can't really.
I've got some sinus drain. I've got some sinus drainage, and I think it's from vaping.
I think it's just allergies.
Well, I mean, it's a possibility, but it's affecting my singing, and I'm kind of pissed about it.
I have never had allergy issues in my life until I started mowing, and it only just last year and this year it started. I never had any problems. I never got snotty. My eyes didn't get swollen. Man, I wake up in the morning and it's just, I look like a puppy when they're a newborn puppy. Look like a newborn puppy with my eyes all crusted over.
Maybe it's a tumor.
What's that?
A tumor?
Tumor?
Yeah.
It could be.
It's a tumor.
If I think like you.
I bet you have cancer.
I'm going to WebMD to see what disease I have this week. God damn it.
How's the leg, by the way?
Sore.
Yeah.
It's worse in the mornings. It seems to like loosen up during the day a little bit. I think because these socks, I have to wear these really long socks because there's
Oh,
something.
I bet that's sexy.
Oh, it's impressive. But they're Wrangler work socks. They're just really long because these fucking boots rub a hole in my leg if I don't. If I wear like regular short socks. So I have to. There's something in the stitching or something that just rubs a hole in my fucking leg. It drives me crazy. Being diabetic, I gotta be careful about that
Yeah,
shit.
you do. You have to be careful. And that's what I'm worried about with your leg.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bailey's
Yeah,
taking
it's
very
fine.
good care of me. She's cleaning
Well,
it every night, and she has an irrational fear of amputees, right?
Yeah.
Severe fear. Like
Yeah.
she looks like one of those fainting goats when she sees one. She just stiffens right up. She can't move. She's like, it's not funny, but it is.
Well, it would be terrible for her.
It is terrible for her. And the other one that's equally bad for her are people in costume, adults in costumes. So Halloween she couldn't do. She couldn't do Halloween when she was a kid, and Easter and Christmas. No. So when the baby's born, and baby gets, if she's into Santa and the Easter Bunny, it's going to be on me. Barkley will not be going to get those pictures.
I mean, like, so what if it's someone like you?
Nope.
Kind of resembles Santa. You just put on the Santa clothes. I mean,
that might not be quite as bad. I think she would be pissed if I did that. I think she would not like it.
Baby, it's just a test.
But she's like, I can do it. We were going to the mall and they have this, I don't know, it's not Japanese. It might be Japanese. Yeah, it is. It's called the Osaka Girl. It's Japanese. And they have really good fried rice, meat, and vegetables. That's all
You're so cultured.
I like this stuff. I like it. So we were going to go there, and that's what I wanted. It was before bowling. We call it bowling Chinese. Because I got a nickname for every stupid thing I do.
Right, except like, you said it wasn't Chinese.
It's not. Japanese. It was Japanese. But I'm like, hey, you want to go get bowling Chinese? And she knew I wanted to. So she's like, sure. But I don't think about it because it's not me. But it was right around Christmas time. So Santa was in the mall. And I get to the parking lot and then I remembered. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, we can't go in. She's like, oh, no, we can do it. I'm telling you, it's on the other side of the mall. It'll be fine. So we get in there. We're walking towards the place and you can hear the Santa music down the hallway. It wasn't on the same side of the mall, but you could still hear that ding, whatever the hell was playing. And she's just like, she locked up. We had to leave, and I didn't get my bowling Chinese that day. But
oh, poor guy! I can tell you missed that meal.
They just opened a new restaurant. They have one outside of the mall now, so I'm safe. Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah, like I really needed it, right? I could miss a few more. Hey, Jen, Brandon.
By the way, good morning, Brandon. Anyway, what'd you say? Why are you laughing?
I said I said, Jen, Brandon's in chat.
Oh. Why are you saying it like that?
Because he's sexy.
I know he is, but stop saying it like that.
Miss Dixie. That fucking pudding got a nickname for everybody.
Did you see the picture?
No.
Well, you need to see the picture and know why he's called Miss Dixie.
I missed something because
Tisha posted the picture.
I'm always missing shit like that. There's not a lot I miss, but I missed that one.
I mean, but even the picture, he's still, but anyway.
But that's why I said it that way. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I was laying on the couch the other day and Barkley started braiding my beard. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I wasn't even paying attention because sometimes she'll just play with it while we're laying there watching TV or whatever. And then next thing I know, I got this fucking knot in my beard. But yeah, it's finally growing again. It's weird. That conditioner made all the difference.
The 3-minute miracle?
Yeah, made all the difference.
How often are you using that?
Every day.
I mean, it's okay. I was just
My beard
curious.
is
Do
dry.
you use it every day?
It's like public hair, man. It's crazy. And it just snaps off. And then now, like Bailey said, she can only use that stuff once a week because it makes her hair feel greasy. My beard, I use it every day and it's still dry.
Yeah, well, but beard hair is different.
But my head hair was the same way when I had it. That's probably why it's gone. It all just broke off. My hair is so thick and
You
so
just had a big
coarse.
pubic head.
It was. One of the nicknames I had in high school was Furball. I looked like a reddish brown Q-tip. One you pulled out of your ear, it was all nasty.
All dirty.
That was me. Yeah,
I remember
Furball.
I actually used that one time when I was a little kid and mom permed my hair. And I had this big, I mean, my hair's kind of curly anyway, but
Yeah.
not curly. But anyway, she gave me a perm, a home perm, and it was just
course.
a big fuzz ball. I had just this little ball of hair on top of my head, and I'm like, I look like a dirty Q-tip, Mom.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a little
those
embarrassing.
home perms are. You listen. You got to know what you're doing sometimes. Sometimes you just have to know what you're doing because those things. And I remember them back in the 80s and 90s. People did them. Everybody was doing them at home. I don't know if there was like some kit that they started selling and all of a sudden people were doing perms or if it was just
Well,
whatever.
you could buy a home. There were home perms. Like you could
Yeah.
buy them at. I don't
If
know
it was
if
just the
Walmart
fad or
existed
whatever
then,
it
but
was.
Kmart did.
Kmart, yeah. S-Mart. But no, everybody had them. Everybody that had straight hair had them. And they were all tight as fuck. Not a single one of those was a loose, like, playful perm. They were all, like, severe. Like scrubbing the fucking pots perms.
Did you just call them playful
Playful
perms?
curls, yeah. It was the Chia Pet phase. Thank you, Puddin'. That's exactly what it was. And everybody had them. And everybody was wearing leggings, too. Those I like, though. And the sweater dresses.
I was going to say, what's wrong with
them.
leggings? I still
Nothing.
wear leggings.
Nothing. They had those sweater dresses. They wore them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were hot. They put a belt on them. Oh, that was hot.
They're not though.
They were to me. I mean, I never wore one, but but I
mean,
looking at
I wore my fair share of them, and they all were, very loud and colorful.
them.
And, had just crazy designs and such on them. But yeah, I'd pair them with some leg warmers.
Right. Yes.
Stirrup pants.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean leggings. I meant leg warmers.
Oh, stirrup pants were horrible.
Yeah, they were terrible because they never fit right.
Well, me being a taller woman.
Oh, you probably couldn't even find any.
Well, I would try to wear them anyway, but the crotch would hang like halfway to my knees. It was not a.
Almost everybody that wore them, though, even the short girls had that same problem.
Dude, it was really bad.
They would sag, and it's like those
could not keep them pulled up. They were not.
Yeah,
they were horrible. So I would end up, taking the stirrup off, and then it would ride up my leg. What good times we had in the 80s.
Yeah, that was her Chinese name. Puddin'. Jen's Chinese name was Crotch Hung Low.
Crotch Hung Low.
Oh, God. Puddin', she's always entertaining.
You're just jealous because it wasn't yours.
It definitely was not mine. That's what I was going to tell Puddin' when she was disappointed that I didn't comment. I swear to God, I commented on her stuff. Listen, I had a bunch of joins all at once. I ain't trying to make any excuses, but I probably did miss it. I meant to comment.
I probably didn't mean to comment.
I probably missed it. I probably meant to comment and just missed it. So I'll send her a picture of my camel toe later and she'll feel better.
The moose knuckle.
The moose knuckle. I don't know if it qualifies as a moose, but like maybe a meese knuckle. A little bit taller, a little bit smaller than a moose.
Well, no, isn't that multiple moose?
I don't know.
So what? That is actually a thing. Okay, so if you have multiple moose,
it's moose.
I realize that it's just moose.
English is so
But
terrible.
do you not want to say meese
Yeah.
or moosin?
Yeah. Brian Regan did that whole skit on that. It's hilarious.
Who did?
Brian Regan.
Oh, I'll have to listen.
Okay, well, hold on. We have no rules on this show. And I just happen to be a huge Brian Regan fan.
I want to hear this because I really want to say moosin is the word that I want to go to.
Brian Regan Moosin. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I think it was reading. So let's see what it says. I think this is it. That's too loud, let me know.
Thank you very, very much. You guys are great, man.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I was at the breakfast table this morning, and I read in the newspaper that more and more adults are living at home with their parents. That surprised me. I was like, Mom, did you read this? I couldn't believe it. So surprised I coughed Fruit Loops all over my bib. Came out all haphazardly. I'm joking. My mom read that for me. Sound it out, sound it out. Maury and Maury, adults. I don't like reading the newspaper. Because, first of all, it's hard. Also, they never wrap up a story on the front page, and I'm never curious enough to go inside. I saw something very interesting today. I'm not making this up. I saw a van for some company. I don't even know what the business was. It had two things printed on the side. We speak English and we delivery. Why is that right? Can you imagine being bilingual? Would that be, or even knowing anybody that was?
I'll have to look it up sometime.
I'm not even unilingual.
Because the problem with the problem with this one thing is that they have the name of the track on there, and it doesn't always. You know what I could do if I was smart? I could just like go to the Google. Brian Regan Moosin. Stupid in School is what it's called. All right, now I can go back here and do Stupid in School. Stupid in School is the name of the whole goddamn thing. So it's like, we'll see.
I don't know. I'd be a lot better off if I would have studied more when I was growing up, you know? Spelling bee day, popped up. All right, kids, up against a wall. It's time for public humiliation. Spell a word wrong, sit down in front of your friends. That's great for little egos. Hey, look at me, I'm a moron. I wasn't even close. I was using numbers and stuff. That's why I admired that kid who spelled it wrong on purpose so he could sit down, He knew he wasn't going to win, so why stand there for 3 hours? First round, cat, K-A-T, I'm out of here. Then as he passed you, I know there's 2 T's. I remember my teacher asked me, Brian, what's the I before E rule? I before E, always. What are you, an idiot, Brian? Apparently. So she explains it, no, Brian, it's I before E, except after C, and when sounding like A, as a neighboring way, and on weekends and holidays, and all throughout May, and you'll always be wrong, no matter what you say. That's a hard rule. That's a rough rule. Plurals were hard, too. Brian, how do you make a word a plural? You put a S. You put a S at the end of it. When? On weekends and holidays. No, Brian, no, let me show you. So she asked this kid who knew everything, Erwin, what is he plural for? Ox. Oxen. The farmer used his oxen. Brian? What? Brian, what's the plural for box? Boxing. I bought 2 boxing of donuts. No, Brian, no. Let's try another one. Erwin, what is he plural for? Goose. Geese. I saw a flock of geese. Brian, what? Brian, what's the plural for? Moose. Moosin. I saw a flock of moosin. There are many of them, much moosin. Out in the woods, in the woodsin. The meat's wanting the food. Food is to eating, is it? The meat's wanting the food and in the wooding in, is it? And the food in the wooding, is it? Brian, you're an imbecile. Imbecilin'. What, are you speaking German, Brian? Jermaine, Jackson.
You get the point.
Yeah.
Moosin. That's where I got that from. Boxing. He's not wrong, though. It's kind of fucking ridiculous how they come up with plurals.
Okay.
Right?
Another
Is that what
one.
we were talking about?
If you're talking about your computer mouse and you have more than one.
I don't know. Moose? Computer moose?
Moose and dumbass. No,
I call them
it's
mice,
actually-
but I don't think that's correct.
It is. It's if it's a computer mouse, it is mouses. I think.
I'm going to buy that.
I think if it's a computer mouse, it's mouses. But
Because-
if it's little rodent, it's mice.
I need 2 computer mice. I guess it kind of, I don't know.
I know, and maybe it's interchangeable, but I think that mouses I know is accepted. But not.
So, do they call a wireless computer mouse a mole? Because a
But
mouse without a tail is a mole.
They probably should.
I think we're getting a little too deep now. Brian took us a little too far into the water. It goes on and on and on for like another 3 minutes, and I didn't want to torture everybody with my stupid humor, so had to let it ride.
Let it ride.
So yeah, we got to go to Columbus look for a fucking boat. I don't really want to do it. The plural for the small rodent is always mice. The plural for a computer mouse is either mice or mouses, according to most dictionaries. There you go. Either is correct, and both are stupid. Because English
what I
is
want.
fucking dumb.
I do and say what I want.
Well, we do that a lot. You and I. Man, I'm hungry. I could go for one of those McDonald's breakfast sandwiches.
I'm not in the mood for breakfast.
Speaking of different ways to pronounce things, you know the other way to pronounce a McDonald's McMuffin? It's, I have to shit in 5 minutes. That's the other way to say it.
I don't eat them.
Yeah, well, if you ever have to shit in 5 minutes or you ever want to shit in 5 minutes, just go eat one. The fucking grease is insane. They're good.
It has to be a McMuffin.
It's the greasy sausage on the McMuffin, so no, you can get a McGriddle.
Well, I mean, I can have a McGriddle and it doesn't do
Right.
that. It doesn't do that to me.
You know what? You're right. They don't, and I don't know why. Must be something on the muffin then.
Yeah,
Big
I
shit.
don't like a McMuffin. And I'll tell you what I really hate at McDonald's is the egg.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate the McDonald's egg.
I like the steak, egg, and cheese bagel. However, if it's not fresh and it's not done correctly, It is fucking terrible. It's one of those things that is really good when it's right and really bad when it's wrong. And it doesn't take much to get it wrong.
So it has the grilled onions on it, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's good.
Yeah, I like the onions. That's probably my favorite part of that. But they're sloppy.
Well, I mean, most like really good food, it's not really good unless it's dripping off your elbows when you eat it.
It's got to be running down your elbow.
I
It
eat
is.
like a
That's not
man.
wrong. Sloppy Joes are like that. I like them like that.
I think that's what I'm gonna fix today.
Barkley won't eat
Well,
them.
she won't.
Nope. So I rarely get them. I have to wait till I'm alone. Because I like manwich. I like make my own homemade too, but I like manwich.
That's too time consuming. You just throw a can of manwich in there.
It is time consuming, and rarely do I do that. That's like if I really have a craving for sloppy joes and there's no manwich. But
that's when
generally
you go to the
speaking,
store. You go to the store and you buy a can.
Generally speaking, I keep a can around because you never know. Because I like them on top of hot dogs too.
Oh, I don't think I've ever tried. Well, I know I've never tried that.
Yeah,
it's
a fucking
very good.
It's salt heaven. So much salt.
That would probably be very good. We
It
may have to try that.
It's good. And I have a secret recipe for hot dogs that I rarely break out for anybody except for myself because nobody else eats it. But I just take a jar of mild pepper rings. You know, those ones usually you use for salad or whatever.
Yeah, like banana pepper?
Yeah, but they're the sliced rings one. The sliced
right.
rings. You can use banana peppers too. I have done that and it does work. You dump them into the pot with a little bit of water and you boil the hot dogs in it.
I don't like banana peppers.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Then you put a little mustard on there. Done. Yeah, that is.
But it might be good, like if it's just used as like a flavoring. I mean, I can't eat banana peppers. Ugh.
I mean, if you can handle the heat and the flavor, it might be good for you. You don't eat the peppers. You don't eat that part. You just pull the hot dogs out and.
That's what I mean. I mean, if I'm not actually eating the pepper, I might be able to handle it. But I don't like the pepper. Blech.
In the mid '90s, when my first wife and I still liked each other, we went to an Indians game up in Cleveland, and I was born in a big city, but I don't remember it. I've lived in Podunk my entire memory existence. I obviously lived in D.C. for a little while because that's where I was born, but I don't remember it at all. So these trips to the big cities, I get like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Would you make an announcement? Oh, fine. Close your legs. Goddamn perv. But anyhow, I'm trying to get to something Paige said here. But we're up there and we're walking around and several funny things happen. Her and I were holding hands. We're walking down the street. This little black kid looked at his mom and said, "Mommy, why do white people always hold hands?" I was like, that's a good question. Why do we always hold hands? I don't know. I didn't know it was a white people thing, but apparently it is. But anyhow, so we went to this restaurant called, I think it was either Joe's or Jim's or Tim's or something. It was just a 3-letter name. And it was it wasn't Tom. I would have remembered that. But I think it was Joe's. It was just this bar and grill kind of place. But it was busy. It was busy. And people had told us, friends, it's like, this is where you need to go to eat. So we went in there and I ordered their Joe Burger or Jim Burger, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember. Whatever the name was. But anyhow, they put coleslaw on it. It was coleslaw,
Bob,
French fries, and it was huge. I couldn't finish it. It was a huge burger. But Paige, you mentioned something about slaw on a sloppy Joe, and she's not wrong. It's fucking good. Slaw is a good topping for a sandwich. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Coleslaw's good with everything.
It kind of is. If it's good coleslaw.
Yeah, I've had some really bad.
There's some bad coleslaw out there.
Yeah.
I like KFC's though. It's not terrible.
It's okay. It's got some kind of weird, I don't want to say weird, but it's a different flavor
Yeah.
to it that I can't pinpoint. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's probably
I
somebody's
don't
finger. They use their thumb in the bowl when they're stirring it. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not it's not bad. I mean, someone could have stirred it with their dick, and I mean,
Yeah.
if it makes it good, I don't,
And listen, if
if
somebody can
it's
stir a
good and I
bowl
don't
with
get sick, I don't care.
if somebody can stir a bowl with their dick, I'm not going to argue with them anyway. Like maybe a cup of coffee, I might be able to pull that off. Let's stir that for you, but a bowl of anything, no, I don't see that happening.
You better not be touching my coffee.
Just say swizzle, yes. Wooden spoon, no. No. But I like slaw and stuff. I do. And that was how it started for me. I was like, man, I'd never fucking heard of that. And I was skeptical. I didn't want to eat it. I was like, because I didn't know what I was getting. Because you know me, I haven't changed much when it comes to certain things. And reading what I'm buying. I've always been like that. I'm just like, okay, that sounds good by the name. Let's try it out. I'm going to have the Joe Burger or whatever the fuck it was. So, yeah. So I sat down there. We sat at this little table, her and I'm like, oh, I fucked up. I said, this looks awful. Had French fries on it. Never heard of that on a sandwich. Coleslaw and all this other mess. She's like, just try it. It might be good. And I fucking bit into that thing. And I was like, holy shit, that's good. Like, holy shit, that's good. So we went back up there multiple times after that. Anytime we went to Cleveland, we stopped at that place. Gems.
Huddle House has a burger that's called Everything But the Kitchen Sink.
I've been to the one in North Carolina. There was one down when I used to go see my sister. They have a Huddle House down there, and my sister and her family are big people, and they like to eat. So Huddle House is definitely in their wheelhouse.
I like Huddle House.
Yeah, it's basically like a higher class Waffle House. Basically,
I don't know how much
I got.
higher class
Well, yeah,
it is.
Yeah, you're splitting hairs. I agree, but
it's a greasy spoon.
Yep. Yeah, but there's no fights at the Huddle House. There's always fights at the Waffle House.
Well, I don't. Maybe it's because we didn't have a Waffle House. All we had was a Huddle House, but there were fights.
Yeah,
there were fights. But the best is we had this little. It's closed now, but it was a 24-hour little restaurant called the American Restaurant here locally, and that's where all the drunks went at closing time.
Yeah,
that was where the fights happened. We had some good times back at the American.
Unfortunately, the truck stop that I worked at was the 24-hour joint where everybody went until they opened the Denny's. Then everyone started going to Denny's, but it was us first. We got all the fights and all the drunks. And they put me on midnights because of that on the weekends. They're like, you can handle it. Yeah.
You were the bouncer at the truck stop.
I was. Yeah. I was the cashier. I had to call the cops so many times. It was awful. Fucking awful. I love egg on my hamburger. My stepdad, when I was a wee tot, and I mean a wee tot, because I barely remember him because him and my mom had split up shortly after consciousness for me. But I do remember him. And he would broil them in the oven, hamburgers, and he would cook the egg. He would crack a raw egg right on top of them and cook the egg right on top of the hamburger in the broiler. And man, they were good. It was a good fucking hamburger. That's not how people do it now.
Was broiling hamburgers kind of a thing back then or something?
It must have been. I think the double broiler was new in the 70s, newish. And I think it was, or at least it had become like a standard feature on ovens by then.
I remember my mom broiling hamburgers. And I mean, I don't know. I just, at the time, I think I just kind of thought that's what everybody did because maybe that's what everybody
was doing it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they sold it to people as grilling indoors.
It was, I mean, I remember they were tasty.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever complaining.
No, they were good burgers. Yeah, like I said, he would cook the burger and then crack the egg on top of it and cook the egg right on top of the burger, and then sorry, piece of cheese, good to go. But yeah, I still anytime there's one of those sunrise burgers or whatever on the menu, if I'm getting a burger, that I get those because I like egg on my burger. I like egg on my chicken sandwich too. If it's a fried chicken sandwich, the crispy chicken or whatever.
An egg has to be prepared properly for me to
Well,
eat it. I mean, I can eat a scrambled egg. I don't have a problem with scrambled egg, whatever. But I'm saying that like it has to be kind of perfectly
how so?
prepared any other way. Like I want it over easy.
Are you talking about the slime factor?
Yes.
Yeah,
That
just
and I don't
the second
and I don't
the
want
slime
those,
disappears, it's perfect. But you can't go too much further because then it gets too chewy.
well, and I don't want the like the crispy edges.
Oh, I like the crispy edges. As
No, I
long
don't
as
like.
they're just on the edge. If they start moving towards the center, when they get in too much of the egg, too much of the white, then it's not good.
Yeah, and I don't like the crispy edge.
It has to be
So-
just on the very edge, like not even a quarter inch in, and it's ruined. But I'll eat it. I fucking eat any egg. I don't care.
Well, I'm not very good at preparing the eggs the way that I like them, so I rarely.
It's
eat
hard.
eggs.
Cooking an egg is not easy. You got to have a
I'm-
perfectly temperatured grill.
Right.
And/or
I'm too
pan.
impatient. I always have my heat too high, and I
Yep.
get the crispy edges.
Yeah, that's high heat will kill it.
Yep.
Well,
I'm
why
too
didn't you make
impatient.
us find dippy eggs when you were here then, pud? And we did have sausage though, and it was good. I still have some in the freezer. I got to get one of those out because I'm kind of craving a good breakfast here. Poor Barkley's been sick with this whole thing going on, and I haven't got a Saturday breakfast in a while. It used to be a thing. I miss
Lots
it.
of things are going to change for you, buddy.
Oh, I know. My Saturday breakfasts are gonna be like kids puking on me and shit.
Here,
I've
have
been
a
there.
bottle.
I've been there.
Do you want a bottle of Similac, babe?
She got this thing in the mail. I'm looking at it. And this fucking cool ass picture, man. I was like, this is nice. I thought she got it for tea, and it was not for tea. It was for things that come from the titty. Just grossed the fuck out. I was like, hey, you ain't putting that in my refrigerator. But you will.
You are awful. You're not putting that in my refrigerator.
Titties are for sex, not for fucking feeding babies. It's gross.
Well, that's kind of I'm not gonna argue the fact because the breastfeeding kind of grosses me out. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
We're gonna
it's
do
not.
it.
It's not. I know I know that I'm wrong, but
Yes, me too. But it's our generation. Our generation rejected that.
Yeah.
We went the other way with Similac and all that other kind of stuff. It was like kind of looked down upon. It was like, this is going to sound awful, but breastfeeding is what poor people did. It sounds terrible, but that's how it was in the early 80s. And that's how people looked at it. And then it made a resurgence, but it made too much of a resurgence. Now people think they can breastfeed anywhere.
Well, not
Which is
only
fine,
that,
but
but the
whatever.
people who choose not to breastfeed or the people who have trouble breastfeeding. Some people can't do it. Some women cannot.
Yeah, they have
Like
issues, yeah.
their babies won't latch. They
Yep.
they can't do it. But the people who choose to formula feed are looked down upon. And
Yeah, just like it was the exact opposite of what it was, because people that
Yeah.
used to breastfeed back then were looked down upon. Now it's come full circle. It's ridiculous. Quit looking down on anybody for anything. Just fucking live your life, fucking assholes. How about
yeah,
that?
what he said.
Yeah, bitches.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, I got to get going. I got to get to work so I can finish up in time to go look at a boat.
All right. I could buy me a boat. Alrighty.
He's buying the boat this time, but I'm looking too because I want to find one for the property down there, for that lake that's down there. But we'll see. I got to get the fucking thing done first. The whole property isn't done. Now my leg hurts and I can't fucking get down there and mow. But what?
Well, you're supposed to keep the
story.
wheels on the ground, motherfucker.
I'm gonna try. All right. Thank you for tuning in to the Hump Day version of Morning Bull. Make sure you tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern for Buck Wild with Jen.
Yeehaw.
She gonna get buck wild. If you're lucky, she get buck naked. It could happen. If you sing
Ain't
your
no-
song good enough, the panties come off. I'm telling you. So fucking sing your heart out. Sing your heart on, whatever. I don't know. Just sing. All right, WBAM. Peace and love. I'll see you guys
Mucho
tomorrow
love.
night on Bonfire. So be there, be square. Bye-bye.
Bye.